see us and log on. Good afternoon to you. We're testing the system again. Yep, so let's go. We're in our trading room live. If you watch my video that I posted this morning, you would know that I really don't have access to YouTube as yet because I'm in Russia and because of sanctions and all of that. Having access to YouTube is a little difficult, so my traders are helping me with that. Victor is doing that, helping to get a video up and controlling. So if you like the videos, thanks to Victor for that. Um, I think the big question all of you have, all the people who watch my videos before, if you will see this video eventually, is where did I go for the last couple of months? Nowhere. Being here with my group, we've been actively trading, doing extremely well. The group is still intact. It didn't go anywhere. We have some new traders in the group actually who have joined. A lot of the installment traders who started a year ago are now actively in the group as full-time members. And the reason we are here today is because we will be doing a live course starting sometime at the end of this month, 1st of July, somewhere there. So I would assume that a lot of you would like to join the group if because I've had a lot of messages from you guys. Where did I go? They would like to join and all of that. If you would like to join, here's what you can do. There will be a link in the message as well. There's be a link in the description on all the videos we posted starting from today. We will try to go live for this entire week. And that link will give you access to all the information you need on how you can join us. And you will also have a 1 week live access to the trading room, which is where we are right now. So you should not use it now. You should use it next week. Come live on YouTube now, and then you can activate that 1 week live next week. Don't activate it as yet, because you will get access to the same 2 sessions we are going to do live on YouTube this week. That said, welcome to the channel again. Well, if you're seeing this for the first time and you're a little confused of what I'm talking of, check my channel out and then you will know what I'm saying, right? Okay, I'm glad to be back with you guys. Let's go. Let's start. So dollar index, what we were looking at this morning. I may have to give you a little more because you weren't with me for a while. So dollar index we've been tracking for a long time, way before Donald Trump was even elected and anything else happened. Nothing that happened with the dollar or with the stocks was shock to us because most of those were forecast. You can go back if you want to know how true that is. Go back and watch some of the videos that I did 6 months, a year ago, and look at the forecast that I was showing you for the stocks and for the dollar currency and what it's going to do and how we expect it to move. If you followed me for any period of time, even if you didn't follow me, what you can do is go back to this date. I have those videos are on YouTube. Go back to this date here when this was going up. Somewhere around, I don't know, December 20, before December 24. That should be here. Some October 24, somewhere there. When this move was going up. And you would see that every time I did the long time forecast, I'll tell you, as soon as we break that top, we're going to be going down back to retest this low. And one of the 2 things is going to happen at this point. It's either going to drop through that structure and dollar totally will be going down really, really, really bad, or it's going to retest this top. Now, you may say, why those 2? So let me show you the entire structure. This is what we're looking at. This is what the dollar has been doing since 08, right? So as you can see here, February 08, yep, 25th of February 08, it was been going up slowly with a lot of up and down moves. This is what you call wave analysis, right? See that correction, see this correction, see this correction, see this flat there? See when it made a flat like that, what happened? It went up. So we're getting a similar flat here. Now, it's not exactly similar. There's some nuance here that you would need to know if you actually learn wave analysis. And the possibility of this repeating itself does exist. See that? Just like this one, after you had this correction. That exists. But also at this point in time, because we do have divergence in the structure, the possibility of this breaking through that structure and retesting this low, which means making a move down that is like this, also exists. Now, that is the analysis of what can happen. Now, if both of those exist, then you will say this is a useless kind of information. Not necessarily. What you do is you go and look for what we would call, and if you're watching me for the first time, you definitely use what we will call the setups. The confirmation that it is going to go one way or the other. And the confirmation for downside would be a consolidation here that is looking downwards. The confirmation for the upside will be a reversal of this move, a consolidation here that will go upwards. Right? Now, here's the thing. It really doesn't matter which of those directions go. We're in the weekly charts. We don't trade the weekly charts. So what you do is you go down to the 4 hours and you said, okay, what is it doing now? Where are we trading? And the range of trading we're in, you see these two lines? That is the range we are trading in right now. Now, we slightly broke the range here. That means that this is either an impulse to the downside or the whole structure here will be a running flat. So a step-by-step thing, what we expect. Now, you notice I have a series of lines here. This is what we do every day. So what I'm expecting is a move up back like this. Now, that move seems not to happen. That move is not going to happen. Very unlikely. I can tell you that because of the change of the structure today. What is more likely to happen is something like this, which means this could go back up, but is more likely to break the top and drop again. If that happens, you could afterwards get this one and down and then up like this before we drop. So we're not negating the possibility of those wave happening. We're just assuming how it's going to. And what I just showed you there is what they call the analysis, right? What we generally do in the room. We come in, we analyze, and then we said, okay, if this, then what? So if it's going to go up, what do we do? Well, then we go to the 1 hour and said, well, let's look for a trade setup. Do we have a trade setup to buy this? This morning, there was a trade setup to sell this, right? On the break of that. So at the bottom here, you're not selling. So what we decided is we're not selling at the bottom here. There's no point trying to sell this because remember what I said, it can go back up. Now, the question is, well, you would say, well, if it goes up, what do you do? It's very simple. We'll put a buy entry here. And most of us have a buy entry there already. We will try to buy within this range, which means if it goes up and make a smaller flag, we'll buy this flag to the upside rather than waiting for it to come all the way here. The second thing you would do is you would say, well, what if it actually consolidates here? Not just drop, but consolidate. What if it consolidates? Should we sell it? And this is where it becomes a little difficult. Of course, you can sell this. You probably should sell because we don't know if it's going to break this low. Right now, if it breaks that low, we're going to be looking for this move. Even if it just drop here, we're still looking for this move. The lower it comes into that impulse, the higher the probability is it's just going to make a flat like this and drop. So at the moment, we're looking for something that is equivalent to this, which means breaking this stop and then drop. The lower it comes, the more it confirms that. So is it a sell setup on the 1 hour? Yeah, in the 15 minutes, if you get a flag, you can sell it. If this thing consolidates, there's a flag, it's a sell setup, you can take the trade. I'll take this off because that is a low we broke, right? So if you want to sell it, you can put an entry here for the sell. So the next question is, well, what if I sell it and traders, any traders, what if I sell it and it come here, tags me and start going up? Would that be the equivalent of this? Right? Absolutely. Then you would have to get this buy, right? So if it does that, what would you do? Well, it's very simple. First, you have to have a stop, which means your stop will be here if you're selling this, because this is where you would buy if it breaks out, right? So that's where your stop should be. If that is where you're going to buy, you're buying the sell. You're selling this and you're saying, well, I like to buy it when it comes here. And that buy becomes the stop for the sell. So your stop loss should be here. But you don't necessarily need to let it get to your stop loss. So one of the things we've been doing very intensively for the last couple of months, we started like a year or more ago, about 2 years ago. It's called trade management because that is where most traders lose their money. It's not about the entry point, whether you got it perfect or not. It's about what do you do with the trades you're in already. So we've been trying to get all our traders to master the art of exiting trades, which means get rid of trades that are not going. And if you follow us this week, you'll probably see us do a couple of those, right? If not in the trading room, after we took the trade, when I come back, I'll explain to you what and how we manage that trade. So if this drop here and starts to pull back, right? The first pullback you wouldn't really be worried about. What happens after that is really important because it can pull back and drop. In that case, you stay with the trade. You see this pullback here? If you sold this, it pulled back and then it dropped. You're not worried about a pullback. Once it drops here, you can put that to break even. When it comes here and consolidates, you should take profit. You're out of that trade, right? So those are the things we will do this week, and I'll show you how we do them. So what you're looking for here at this point is that if it drops, and I don't think it's going to go very far because we still don't have this, right? We don't have that sharp move up. So the chance of if it drop here, it might just tag you like this and go back up. If you're not very skilled, if you don't have the ability to exit this trade, should it do that, and you don't know what are the rules of engagement of the trade, like when and how and where you will exit it, then don't take a trade like this ever. Now, we do have traders in the room who are capable of taking a trade like this and come out of it positive 90% of the time, right? One of the things you would do is when it pulls back here, if it consolidates in this range, you close it. If it pulls back and stays here, you close it. If it pulls back above there and pull back into this range, you close it. So there are a series of things and how you would watch for what you would do, right? Like I said, if you stay with us this week, we'll show you. We'll have 1 week free access after that, and then you will decide if you need to join us for the course, right? The link will be there for you. So let's go. Dollar index, upside. I'm looking for upside, not the sell setup. I still think it's going to go up. So we'll take this out for now. But if you want to sell it with a high skill level and you think you can sell it, you put the sell entry there. The trade we're looking for is a buy. So you can put an entry here for a buy, but you will be looking for a flag between this range. I think that's more than 30 pips. Let me see. Yeah, that's 36 pips. So if we get a flag within that range, we will be buying it, buying the flag of it. So what that means is if it comes up here like this and then make a flag here, we'll take this flag with a stop here and go for this trade. This will be your trade. Now, I think now is when I should do the disclaimer. I should have done that before. I'm not making any trade calls here. What we are showing you here is how we in our group use wave analysis to make trades, how it gives us the edge in the market, and how we take trades and how we manage them. So for this week, if you're joining us and you're not a member of my group, basically, which means if you're a member of my group, you can take trades by yourself. You don't even need me there. But if you're not, then what you need to do is get your chips, get your whatever you drink. I don't know what you, if you're early in the morning, coffee, if you're late in the evening, beer, whatever you drink, get your drinks, get your chips, get whatever your snacks you want to do. Put on your screen, relax and watch this video, right? You may learn something at the end of it. If you're an active trader and you feel like, well, I would like to trade with you guys, great. But it's a new, right? Because I wouldn't be there to give you any follow-up, and I don't think you know the rules of the rules of engagement that we use. That said, let's go. Silver. Silver, we were expecting to come down. I don't think we'll really get a nice trade coming down. It might come down slow, but I was actually looking for a very sharp move like this to the downside. That's not happening. We're consolidating here. See that? That means this could still go one more up, right? Can it go one more up and then come from here? That's possible. I can see this, this consolidation is telling me that this thing might go one more up. The question is, do I want to buy that, right? If I'm looking at that up possibility, then I'm thinking, well, where are we in this structure, right? This is your up move. This is the pullback. This is the correction in the pullback. This is the move there. I think it's going to just break this up and come back. So I'm not really interested in this trade. Because there's not a high risk to reward in that trade. And the risk is much higher than the reward because it can just break the top tag, you come back really fast, go to the low. So if I get a sell setup from the top here going down, I'll take that trade. If I don't, when it comes here and start to go back up, I'll try to get this trade here. Now, this is the simple next part of the pattern that we see could happen. Can the pattern become more complex than that? Very possible. In that case, whatever we're looking at, right, the entry points we're looking for, the setup we're looking for would change. And if you have a change in the setup, you have a change in the trade, which means you no longer take that trade, you reanalyze it, look at what direction and what time you have, what setup you have, and then go for the trade. Sometimes you may have the direction right, but you don't have any setup, and it goes without you, and that's okay. You don't have to be in that trade. Right? Sometimes you have a perfect setup, but on the higher time frame, you don't see the risk to rewarding, which means it will break that flag. It might just go tag the top and reverse because of the structures that you're looking at. And you're thinking, well, it's a great flag. It's going to break out. I know that, and it will likely break out, but there's no big move that I'm seeing to go with. Just a very small move. It's going to fulfill that small move, reverse, and then I'm in trouble. Right? So this is one of those cases where it will break that flag if it's a flag. It's going to go out to maybe just tag the top and reverse. In that case, it might not be worth putting the risk in the trade. So we'll just wait for it, right? But I'm not waiting for the buy, I'm waiting for the sell, so we leave it as a sell setup. Goal, you can sell this. This is a sell setup. Literally, you have a sell setup forming right now. And gold, we are expecting to go down more. So this will be a trade we will put on right now. We'll put an entry here. We'll put a stop above here. There is some news coming out in the dollar, I think in about 30 minutes. So you don't, unless you have a specific strategy to trade the news, you shouldn't take this trade now. For my traders, if you want to set it up to trade the news, you can set it up to trade the news. You know how to do that, right? I would go with the sell here, even if it consolidates more, which means if this is to go up more, no big problem. But if it dropped, we want it because the big move is to the downside, right? The big move is we think this could come back here. If it's going up some more, then just let it go. Don't do that in front of the news. There's no buy setup in it. So this will be an active sell, which means an active trade. It's not triggered as yet, but an active trade setup. Here is the next one in euro. We do have a small flag here, but again, that small flag. Now, it could come all the way to the top here. But with the news coming up and the possibility of it just doing this and then dropping here back, the risk is too much. After the news, if it is still here, if they don't break out the flag, if nothing happens during the news, buying this would make sense. You can put an entry order to buy and see if it tags the top. It could tag the top and then come right back to the bottom here and then go. I'm expecting it to become like a bigger flat in here, right? Because this is a bit sharp to be all the correction. So after the news, you can go for the buy. During the news, just stay away. This one, don't touch this. Same flag setup, but this one is not worth it because it's probably just going to do this and come back. Right? I don't think they're going to break out and go very far. This move is really sharp. We don't have anything for it. All the consolidation is here. So on this one, we're not doing anything as yet. I'll take this off as well. Aussie. Aussie looks more like we're in this whole structure here, right? See that? Aussie big picture is upside. So I don't know if a lot of traders probably haven't seen the Aussie structure. I took out everything from it. So since we're in YouTube, I'll do it for them very quick. Show you what we're looking at on the Aussie. So on the Aussie, we're looking at this. You had this flat here. See this one? I probably set it up. Let me just set it up. So we had this flat. You got an impulse down. You have an impulse down here. You have another impulse down here. You got to move up. And that's exactly what we're looking for now. This move up there. See? Go back to the daily. That's the structure. So what we're looking for is this one here. All right, let me put this across there. This is the one we're looking for. Bring it back here. If you notice this move, there was corrections in the middle. See, there were corrections here in the middle. See that flat there? Before it goes back up. So we're pretty much in the middle of that flat here now. So the next big move to this is coming to the top here before it goes down again. This is the trade you would be looking for. So let's go on the 1 hour now. What's the trade? In the 1 hour, it's still, if you trade it up, if you're trading it up, it's good. From the bottom here, I don't like the trade up because the trade up has to come, from the bottom and really sharp. So it came, it made a pullback, it came, it made a pullback, and it go to this. Looks like it can drop one more. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do drop one more and then go back up. Not necessarily breaking the structure. Breaking the structure is irrelevant. But what I want to see is I want to see this come back here, give us this one, and then go. That would make more sense, right? So if it comes back here, the buying would be okay. We'll probably put this as a running flat. We'll put this as a separate flat, and that would be upside. On the sell setup, do we have a sell setup? Well, not as yet, but if it comes back here and give you a flag, this could be a sell. So this here, that was, I think, Monday morning. Then it dropped. If I don't know if traders were there. This was, if you take that trade back to the top, we were in this structure. So what you're going to do is let it come here. If you get a flag here, we're selling it to break the low. Just break this low. That would be the trade. So the trade would be like this. This drops a little lower here. If it does, if it stays here a little longer, we'll put an entry here. We'll put a stopper and we're going for that trade. That would be the trade setup if it happens, right? Can this continue to go up? Yep, no buy setups as yet. Let it break out of this structure completely, and then we will consider any buy. See? It hasn't completely come out of this structure before we decide we're going to buy it. New Zealand. New Zealand has a similar structure. We're kind of breaking here. You can see that. So the New Zealand and the weekly is exactly the same thing as Aussie. I think you can already see that. So we're expecting to come back to somewhere at about the top here, complete this one, and then go down. Now, in a rare chance, we might be doing this, or even I don't think we're going to go for that big one. That is rare. So the daily, most likely, we're just looking for this move up. That's the move you're looking for. So the next big move is this one. You can see the flat in the middle here. I think it's pretty clear. You can see that you got to move down, you got to move down, got to move up, you got to move up. So we're looking for this trade here. Come back to the 1 hour. And we've been buying this all the way up. Then we thought this one would break out, and now it's doing this now. You notice there's divergence here, and this is getting really slow. So if and when it gets to the top here, you'll have to be very careful. Because from that point, it will either take off like a rocket, or it'll come back deep for a deeper correction and then go. The way this structure looks, the higher probability is going to come back deep, very deep into this structure, and then go, right? So it could come back very deep here. What we're going to look for, do we have a buy setup? Well, there was a buy setup here this morning. We didn't take the trade. One reason is because you see this pull back to the bottom here, and then you see this one pull back to the bottom here. That's not a good buy setup. It did go a lot, but in general, that's not a good buy setup because it might just come to this top and then drop. And you might not get a good risk to reward it. So if it goes down from here again, we'll sell it just to retest the low and then upside. If it breaks out of the top here and make a flag, which is possible, let me take this off. If it breaks out of this top here, this entire structure, see that thing there? If it breaks out of this and make a flag here, this buy is a must, at least to go retest the top of the structure. And then we'll see what happens from there, right? So that said, when we don't have any trade set up as yet. CAD, the sell is good. We had an active sell on the CAD this morning. That trade is still active. If you close the trade, and it's possible that some of you might have closed the trade in here, if you did that, no problem. We'll consider that a break-even trade. If you're still with the trade, then put it to break-even. I probably would have closed. It didn't. I think we did break the low, right? So it broke the low. There was enough reasons to say, you know what, this is not going. So it broke the low and then pulled back and started to consolidate here. Yep, that's enough reason to say it's not going. It's pulling back again. So if you're to trade, get it to positive somewhere here and let's see what happens. Now, here's the thing. Structurally, this is going down. The bigger picture, like Aussie, New Zealand is upside, this is downside. And it's a big move to the downside, actually. You can see that, right? We have those forecasts already there. And it's going down really nice, but there are a few sharp waves that we don't have. Right? Like this one. Like this one. And this one. Those three sharp waves are not accounted for, which means in the future they will become running flats. So the first running flat I think we could get could be this one. So what would be the trade setup? Remember, we sold it this morning, right? And we sold it knowing that it might not go very far, which means we've decided that if this thing is not going to drop, we'll get out of the trade for positive. So if any of my traders were in the trade, they got out of that for positive. What we're looking at here now is that what we would like to see is I like to see a reversal, a flag, and then we'll start to buy. If it is going to continue to go down, that's a 5, 6, 8 hours flag before I sell. That's a long time from now. Any sell will probably be tomorrow. Any buy could happen, maybe later today. I should close this for break even, so I'll close that trade. Swiss, we didn't sell this. We're looking for a buy setup. It did break the low. So we knew this one was going to break the low and go back up because we understood the structure in this one to be different from the one we're looking at CAD. So what we're going to look for here now is if we get a flag, we start buying, but most likely you want him to break out of this. You want it to break out, make a flag here, and then go for that flag. So we're looking for a buy setup. That still remains buy setup. We're not changing that. Yen? Okay, the entry order, you can pull it because it came to the bottom. So the entry order for that, for those of you who don't know, the entry order was here this morning. Now that it's at the bottom, you have to take off that entry order. By rule, that goes. What is telling us, right? It's consolidating here as a flat. Most likely, I think this is a small flat, which means from this point here, you can see more downside. You can see at least 1, 2, 3 like this. The bigger picture of that will still means upside. See? So this is the structure in the yen. This is the impulse into it. There's a very high probability this one could go break the top, then come back, right? So if we get that trade, we'll go for it. If you get a sell setup instead, right? If this comes down and start, if it comes here and give you a flag here for a sell, this would be worth taking. Because what you'll be looking for is a move down like this. And from there, it can go back up or it can continue to drop. So if it's going to go back up, it's a break even. If it continues to drop, you stay with the trade, right? So those are the majors. I don't want to make this very long because it's a lot of information and the trades we are looking at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the trades that we already had from this morning, like the Swiss yen sell setup. It's still valid. Put your entry order here. It's a valid sell. So I'm looking at it right now as a reversal. A move up, a move down, you get a flat here. This is a sell setup. Where would that go? Well, it's a very big move to the downside if it goes. See? This is the daily structure. So we're the top of the daily structure here. By the way, if you're wondering, like, why do you think it's going to go down? Well, when it was here, we actually were showing this is going to go up. In our trading room, we were trading that up. When this was coming down, we were assuming it's going to break this low. Right? Not necessarily this low, but that low. We didn't break this low. We did break this low. So now from the top, we're looking for a move down that is an equivalent of this, all the way back to the bottom there. Now, what happens from here? This looks very much like a flat that should go back up one more. But if you look at the monthly structure, you look at the weekly, monthly structure, that thing could literally drop because we're looking for a big move down that is the equivalent of this one, right? Now, if you're not a wave analysis trader and you're first time on this channel, you're freaking out already, right? And you're probably asking, what the hell is this guy just talking about? So we're talking about patterns. We're talking about patterns like these. You come into the pattern, you go out of the pattern. So this one would be the equivalent of this pattern. So this move is very, very likely to happen. It's not going to happen in a day. That's a monthly chart. It's going to take months to happen. But you can trade it, right? So the first trade for us in that, well, not the first trade. I don't know if any of my traders got the earlier trades on the lower time frame. But this would be the first sell setup for the downside. Now, this is the conservative entry. You can add a much, much more aggressive entry, right? The much more aggressive entry would be putting it here. I take this off. A much more aggressive entry is putting it there. But that will call for very good skill level management. Should it just come here and start going back up? Should it just come here and start going back up, making the flat a bigger one? Because you don't want to be stuck with this trade all night until tomorrow. This structure is still downside. So this is a valid trade call for a sell here, stop there, and manage the trade all the way so far as you can get before you close the trade. Right? We had the rest of them are just flags and setups. I think we're looking for a sell here. I think it was an active sell. If you put a sell entry, you're here, put that to break even now. And these small flags means it has to continue to go. So you're looking at one. This might be a 1, 2, 3. This might totally drop. So that was a sell setup from this morning. It should be an active sell, not just a pattern because we actually have the sell in it. And when it breaks this low, get it to break even. Right? Remember what I said. When it breaks this low, get the trade to break even because from here, if they want to go back up, they can go. But from here, it's already, we were expecting it to drop totally based on this structure, right? Go there, come back here. It can come a little deeper. It can come more flatter, we'll see, but then it upside again. So go back here. Coming down, so that's the second good trade that we have for today. I think these were just flags. We're just expecting flags, so ignore them. By the way, this was a buy, right? You can either buy it here. That could have been a possibility, or you can wait for a bigger correction and then buy it. And this one looking for a sell setup. We don't have the sell setup. It's actually breaking out of this. So what I'm looking for is a possibility that this could come back here, make a flat, go back up there, and then drop. See? So at this point, if you're going to buy it, if you think it's going to take off, you need a very, very good flag. Otherwise, don't buy because it can drop. Okay. We also have this one for a sell setup. You can actually see that with an entry order here. And this could drop here because this is the way it came in. So this is another trade setup. So those were the trade setups and the trade we had from this morning, including all the majors that I told you. Normally at this point, what we would do in our trading is ask my traders to tell me what other trades they're looking at or what trades they're already in. And then we will go and look at that. So I think we were not going to break the rule. We're going to do exactly that. My traders will tell me what trades they're in. And Vic, if you can tell me what questions we have, right? Okay, from YouTube, Shiv Kumar VK, sir. I have lost more than $33,000. I found your video 5 months back. Now I have left only 4,000 Mecca and I have to take care of my family and kids. Here's the thing: you're not alone in this, Shiv Kumar. There are a lot of traders who have lost a lot of money like that, myself included. And trust me, when I lost my money, I didn't even know what trading was, right? So here's what you need to do: stop trading live. Take the 1 week free, look at what we do, take a demo account, follow what we do, demo the trades we take. Now, if you will come back the next day, you will see what we did with the trades and you will see what you did with the trades we take, right? So let's say if you're taking this trade here now, right? You don't know the rules of our trading, right? But I can give you, like, I'll sometimes give you the clue what we're looking for, right? So I will tell you when we take a trade like this, we're expecting it to retest this low. Not necessarily it'll go, you see how many pullback you had. This was a trade we took, but you see how many pullback you have. So normally we will close and re-enter. So if it comes here and it starts to consolidate, close and re-enter. But you don't know that as yet. So you will track the trades. You will follow what we do. And then when you come back the next day, you will see how you can correct that. After this week and next week, if you decide that you want to join the installment program, it's very cheap. It's $99 a month, which is like nothing, right? Compared to the 33,000 you lost, right? Now that will get you into these sessions with us on a daily basis, twice daily, where I explain them very detailed, what trades we're taking at you, and you will be trading with some kind of guidance rather than trading by yourself. Now, I would still suppose you demo trade for a while because you need to break the losing mentality because you lost and you just can't come back and start trading immediately and make it. You need to get rid of that for a while. You need to cool down, right? Because that's a lot of money for you and you're under stress. Trading under stress is not good. It, it blocks your logical thinking. You get very emotional and you will do the wrong thing. Every time a trade goes upside down on you, it will trigger the lost emotion and you will feel like if you're losing a lot, right? So you will mess with the trades rather than treat them the way you should. What about crypto? Yeah, we do crypto, like I show you. I'm in a crypto right now. We do all these crypto. We have traders who trade a lot of cryptos. See, some cryptos I never looked at. These are all cryptos we looked at this morning because we have traders who trade them. I don't trade them, but we have traders who trade them on a regular. I can tell you which crypto I am trading right now. I have one crypto that I'm trading. I bought it a while back. I think about a month back. I'm not really trading it. I have on my account, I have a small amount of cryptos in USDT that people paid for the course and the installment. So what I did when we looked at all of this is I convert all to LTC, and I can show you why and I can show you where, right? So this is the daily structure of this. See, this is the weekly structure. So there's a very high probability that eventually, not today, eventually we could get one more of those move back to the top there. Because you kind of have a 1, 2, 3. Now, this one is either going to drop back to the bottom here or go to the top there. Now, before it drops to the bottom, I want you to see what we're looking at. So before it drops to the bottom, it's going to do one of the two things. See this flat there? We need to break that top. So this flag here, or that correction, should go break that top and then drop back to the bottom here or take off to the top. So when it gets here, what I would do is my entry is right in this same flag here. I'll go in the 4 hours. My entry is right about here. I enter in this one here that is going up, somewhere here in this one. So I'm probably about break even plus minus a couple of pips. That's here where I entered. So I had it positive here, but I didn't close it because I'm not looking for that. And I'm not really trading it on the daily. It's more like an investment. I just convert everything I had into this one. So what I need is this to break out and come here. That will already put me in very good profit because I bought it. I remember this is no stop loss. This is just conversion, right? There is no leverage in it. So I bought it at this. If it gets to 160, great. Doubled what I had, right? The amount of money I had will double, right? So pretty much that would be okay for me. But if the reason I'm taking it is because if this happens, well, that's what I'm looking for. If this happens, okay, I'll take it off. If it's turned at that point, I'll close it and then, take the double and call it a day. And then look at another crypto. So that small account is in Binance, and I'm not really trading it. It's just payments that come in from thing. I just convert into one or the other currency, whichever one I think has a higher probability. Now we have traders who trade only crypto. Yeah, only cryptos. Like literally, that's all they trade. Any other questions? Looks like running flat. What looks like running flat? Okay, let's not discuss patterns here today because then I will go into an entire course if I have to start discussing patterns. Right? The way we look at structure and patterns is a little different from you guys. So what I can do, any questions, guys, from my trader side, anything you guys want, any you want me to look at, any pairs you're in, something is happening, you want me to check it for you. So keep your eyes on the Swiss yen. That's a very good one. Keep your eyes on the dollar yen. That's another one. Dollar yen is coming back to the top, so that flat is going to complete itself for a short-term sell. Rather than sell the dollar yen, sell the Swiss yen. Because if the dollar yen drop and the Swiss yen drop, it's better to go with the Swiss yen. The Swiss yen structurally is coming from a top. The dollar yen is not. So if they both drop, go with the Swiss yen. Right? Anything else? Anybody? Anything else you need me to look at? Any more questions from anybody in YouTube? I don't know if anybody is there. I can't see what's happening there. So for those of you who will be watching this video, and if you can share this video with your friends, because I haven't been on YouTube for a long time, I haven't done anything. So there's a lot of traders who don't even know I'm doing anything today. If you can help share the video to somebody, just send the video to them, send the YouTube link to them so they can check it out. At least the 1 week free they can join. There's nothing to lose in that, in coming and watch us do what we do for a week. It might help you, it might not help you. You can decide to ask a few questions, anything you want, right? So what I'm gonna do, we still have some time, right? It's only 41. So let me give you 5 minutes quick about wave analysis. I have to just give a quick reminder to everyone what wave analysis is about. And this might help. Whoever you send this to, including our traders, right? If you can share it and share the link so people come to YouTube and watch it, right? If you're sharing it on Facebook or on Twitter, so share the link so when people click on the link, they will come here. Okay, I have a question from Tesla Long Term. Let me see Tesla Long Term, one of our traders. You guys may want to type it in the chat so I can see it because I had to go to the questions for that. Better if you type it in the chat so I can see it. Can we look at DAX? Yeah, we can look at DAX and we can look at Tesla, right? So those two, let's go. Let's start with Tesla. Okay, so this is our Tesla for structure, right? Go back to the weekly. This is what it looks like. Tesla went up. I think some of you might have watched me when we were looking at this. And then it did this, and we were like, okay, it's coming to retest that top, which is what it did. We retest the top. Now, what happens? This might end up being more of a consolidation. I don't think this is the top of the whole structure as yet, because right now we're consolidating in this range. So Tesla is not going to drop very much. It's not going to go up very much. It's going to be stable within this range for a very long time. I will take the top of this range, and I'll take somewhere at the bottom here. So you can see that they kind of up and down, up and down. They're probably going to be consolidating into this range for a while. Now, what's the trade if you want to trade it on a short-term daily basis? There's actually a buy setup forming here. If you're going to 1 hour, that's a buy setup. But that's a short-term trade. See, there are a lot of short-term trades like that. See, this was a sell setup. It dropped, it didn't go anywhere. This was the sell setup. This was a buy setup. This was a buy setup. This one would have given you some profit. This would have given you break even. So this one might go there and give you break even. or it might come deeper. If it's coming back deeper, you can see it's coming back deeper. Sorry, let me just take this off. It's kind of coming back here already deeper. Let it consolidate here. I would say let it consolidate here. The more it consolidates, the higher the probability you get a trade like this, right? What if you get a trade like this? It's going to probably come back here. See that? So long term, if you're asking for the long term, it's going to be within this range for a while. Up and down. Trade it short term. You can trade it both sides, up and down, right? Short term. Somebody want DAX, right? Let's go. Okay, DAX is coming down. So these were sell setups on DAX we were looking at. This was a sell on Friday. And this one, I think it's kind of going sideways. Was it Friday when we sold this? This was, no, that's Wednesday, since Wednesday. I think this second sell was here. This is a sell setup on this time frame, right? We're expecting this to continue to drop. Now I'm on the 1 hour. Normally, some of our traders will trade this on the 5 minutes, which is they come inside of this structure and they look for a trade from the top here. What you wait for it to come. See this here? This could still go back up. Come back, give you a flag here, then go with the flag. So what you would trade is when you get a perfect flag on the 5 minutes for a sell, because then it works really good. So here is a good example. See that pull back there and this pull back here? That's a perfect flag for a sell setup here. This one is a perfect sell setup. This. So you need this if you, this one would be a good sell setup, but that gap, so I don't know when it happened. I'm not going to put that. Here, what you wanted to do is you wanted to come down, make a flag, and then you trade that flag to the downside to break this low. Right now, this is more of a long-term trade. If you put the entry order here, wait for the flag from there. That's a better trade. Anything else? No. Okay, so 5 minutes since you guys took your time to come, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. What wave analysis is? Remind you very quick about wave analysis. So regardless of what you're going to hear out there with a lot of these traders who trade, one is a pro pattern trader, one is a wave trader, all kinds of different fancy traders you're going to have out there. Most of them are trading patterns and trading whatever else is in the charts, like pin bars, all kinds of stuff, right? Basically, what you're looking at when you're looking at the charts is statistics, right? Which means anything you put in might work, anything you put in might not work, right? It's that simple. So what you're looking for is an edge to tell you the direction the market is going to go. So the first thing you have to understand when you're looking for that edge is how the market actually works, like any market, how they work. It doesn't matter what market you're looking at. A market is literally a transaction. A buyer, a seller, agreeing on a price at a certain time, right? So if we agreed to buy at this price at this time, that's a transaction forming here. And then because there's not only one transaction, but a series of transactions, either at the same time, at the same price, but at different time you're getting, see, let me use a different color, red. So either at the same price, but at different time you're getting a series of transactions happening, hundreds of thousands of transactions probably happening there. You can see, right? The price is not changing, but the transactions are happening. Just the time is changing. What that creates is a consolidation in this range. Maybe they will trade within a range. Maybe that transaction will happen within a range. So let's take a range now. We'll go back to yellow. So we're going to take this price, and the time is here. So within that time, you find that there's millions of transactions going up and down here. And don't try to figure out what the transactions are doing. They're just filling orders, right? So everybody is buying and selling within this range. At some point in time, the price can't stay here forever. It can stay there for a long time, but it can't stay forever. At some point in time, it's either going to go this way or it's going to go this way. It has to go somewhere, right? So at some point in time, you're going to get a sharp move out of that range. Now, this range is what you call it consolidation, accumulation, whatever you want to call it. It's just transactions being filled. What you're looking for is a disbalance of the orders coming in, the buy orders or the sell orders. When you have a disbalance of those orders is what you create the market to move in one direction. Sometimes the market might end up going like this. Come back right back down, which means it went up, but it didn't give you this. You're always trying to catch that. a change in price, not time. Time is here, but the price is changing. See the difference? So you want to catch this. And that is what we show you. What we show you is internally in that sideways what is happening. So I can bring up this chart, right? See, if you go back and you look at this chart, see the clusters here? Within this price, there were transactions taking place and then it break out, right? Within this range, transactions are happening and then it's going to break out, right? So you look at the time frame, you look at what you're looking at, and then you decide which direction. Here's a smaller version of that. See this? And then it breaks down. So what we teach is what happens in the pattern and what are the likely probabilities of the direction it's going to go. Is it going to go that side or is it going to go this side? We will also be able to tell you most likely how far we think it's going to go. Right? So you will have an idea of where you think your profit is going to be. And then we'll tell you how to manage that trade should it not go that far. Right? Like you're expecting it to do this, but it's not doing that. What should you do with the trade? That's a trade management part. Right? So we'll teach you how to analyze the chart, understanding what's happening in the consolidation, what is the likely direction. We'll teach you the strategy of how to take advantage and enter into it the right way, the best possible way you should enter with an advantage, and what to do with the trade when it's not going your way. When it's going your way, you don't need anybody to tell you. You just need to take profit. You have a problem when it's not going your way, and that's what we teach you to do here. How to manage the bad trades, not the good trades. The good trades, you can click right now and you'll get a good trade in half an hour and you'll call yourself a trader, right? But really, if you click two more trades and both go bad, you don't know what to do. Well, now you're not a trader. So a trader is not about getting a good trade. It's about how do you manage your bad trades. And think about it. If you open an account that you lost, right? Like we have a trader who wrote us that he lost a lot of money, right? If that trader was able, I want you to take your account, go back and look at all the losing trades you had there. And I want you to do this. Put 50% of those to break even, which means you wouldn't have lost that money. It would have been break even. Put the rest of them to about, I don't know, whatever. Look at all your winning trades. See how much you normally win. What percentage of the account were your winning trades, the average. And put half of that as the lost and the losing trades. I can guarantee you that you lost the account with just a few trades, not a lot of trades. Most time traders get 100 winning trades and 3 losing trades and they lost their account. That's a normal thing. That pretty much is a normal thing. They don't need a lot of bad trades to lose. They just need a couple bad trades to lose the whole account. And that is because of how you manage your trades. That's what we teach you here, trade management, so that the bad trades does not destroy the account. You don't have to have a lot of winning trades. You just have to make sure that you're controlling the bad trades. You're not getting a lot of bad trades. And then you're good to go. That's it. That's what wave analysis is about. So I would like to see all of you tomorrow. I'd like all of you to invite some people tomorrow. Let them know we're on. Come with more questions. We're willing to take all your questions you have, and we'll have a good week. And then we'll see if you want to join us next week. You can do that. Sign up, but don't sign up to join now because your 1 week will disappear. Sign up to join next week, and then we'll see you for 2 weeks. After that, you can decide if what we do is interested to you. Okay, guys. That said, thank you all very much for coming. Our traders, before I leave, any questions, anything else you guys want to ask, anything you want me to look at? So I want to remind you of the good trades you should be looking at. The Euro Swiss yen is a very good trade. Keep that trade. If it goes, stay with it. You know how to manage it. This is not a bad trade. I'm not sure if it's going to go now, but it's not a bad trade. It might consolidate some more here. But if it drop, you want this trade too. Right now, it's consolidating. Like I just showed you guys on the thing, it's consolidating here. And we are expecting it to drop this way. Now, what if it goes up like that? Who cares? I'm not trying to buy this because I don't think it's going to do that. If it does that, then I'm not in the trade. That's the difference. So thank you all for coming. Have a great evening. Stay safe and see all of you tomorrow. Take care. Thanks.